Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
Yes.
Rudeness. Jody can confirm this. He's one of the tweets I
By the way,
sent you.
Jody's voice. I love Jody's voice.
Thank you.
Yes.
Jody's voice is
Everyone does.
Just it sounds smart. You know.
It sounds like an angel's labia.
Exactly. If Angel's Labia could sing. That was my first band, Angel's Labia.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah.
Rude. No, but she can tell you I sent her your tweet early on in the weekend because I'm like, that guy's smart.
Yeah.
We should see if we can get that. Oh, okay. But this is what you tweeted. And it's so true. You just said the former president and likely Republican nominee for 2024 said the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff should be executed for treason. And we're all like, oh, ho hum. It's not like he's going to get a chance to do it, which sounds so 2015. It's nauseating. I mean, there is a cold chill that has run up my spine because you are like, this is like the mainstream media going, oh my God, can you believe this? It's just so crazy. The guy that's a adjudicated rapist and 4 times indicted is beating the guy with these crap polls, right? So that here we go, we got our horse race again, right?
Yeah. And instead of talking about that stuff, they're talking about, well, we don't know what's going to happen in Iowa with the guy that a court called a rapist. We don't know what's going to happen with the guy who's threatening to kill people and shut down and bring charges against media outlets. We don't know what that guy is going to do.
Yeah. Again, we were just talking about the difference in the parties about the Menendez thing. I mean, I will say Lawrence O'Donnell made a good point. He's like, every Democrat that called on Al Franken to resign better call on Menendez to resign. I think that's the one that sticks in my craw, is he had a goofy picture and he had to step down. And their front runner has 91 felonies so far that he's accused of, right?
And the Franken thing is there's a couple of differences. One, it was the height of the Me Too revelations, and also Franken himself knew, I am a distraction and I will be used to excuse all of this bad behavior.
Yeah.
If I stay. And that to me is where Menendez, if he actually gave a damn about his constituents, of which I am.
Yep. I know.
He's my senator. If he gave a damn about us, he would say, you know what? Maybe I'm innocent, but I should step aside because this is a distraction. Obviously, the Senate doesn't think I can do my full job since I have to step down as chair of the Foreign Relations.
You were thinking, oh, this is just Jersey, because I remember you tried to pay for our Angel Labia sushi with a gold bar, and I was like, I don't think they take that
here. It's really how we do things here. We carry gold bars with us.
My girlfriend's from Jersey. She frequently hands me a gold bar, and then I test it like a chipmunk, just
right.
Like, yep, that's gold.
I get innocent until proven guilty, but if you have hundreds of thousands of dollars hidden in coats in your closet, if you're innocent, you necessarily need to do that.
No.
Looks a little bad, a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Someone else said if airport bar food wasn't so expensive at Newark, that you wouldn't have to steal gold bars.
Yeah.
Oh, David Brooks. Okay. Melanie makes a good point on Twitter. The same Republicans in Congress who voted to overthrow our government are the ones trying to shut it down. They couldn't destroy the U.S. violently, so they're trying to do it financially. Rude. That's the thing that makes me feel like I'm taking crazy pills every day. It is not hyperbole to say they're terrorists. I mean, they are financial terrorists. They do it again and again. I mean, we were saying this time is probably the best shot they have yet of shutting down the government, which is always their goal, to burn it all down. And and they're actual terrorists in the case of January 6th. And it's treason the way they do Putin talking points. I mean, this is the thing I always say, by the way, that Putin was so smart. He didn't just co-opt a guy. He co-opted a whole party so that,
Well, and you want to go further with what's terrorism is I've been listening to the interviews with Cassidy Hutchinson, and she after she testified, she couldn't go back to her apartment for 9 months because they said there are people who are out to kill you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't foreign agents that were trying to kill her. It would be Americans, and the constant threat of death or violence that all of our and not just implied, we're talking actual threats that our elected officials face, massive amounts of threats that they face all the time, primarily from the MAGA side of things. I mean, yes,
but Trump himself,
we hear about somebody on the left doing something, but it's so minor compared to what goes on the right. I mean, everybody elected official or public person in politics lives with that threat hanging over them.
I was talking to my friend this weekend, Rude, that, like Nicole Wallace keeps saying, everyone knows some bad is about to happen. And you like, what do we, do we wait till General Milley gets killed? I mean, it's just that. Tom tweeted, Trump just posted that General Milley should be executed. Milley is a witness in the January 6th case against Trump. Judge Chutkan should revoke his bail due to his constant threats. Stop giving him special treatment. It's not taking the bait to revoke his bail. He should be treated like any other criminal. And Jill Wine-Banks then said, I've said that Judge Chutkan may have no alternative but to incarcerate Trump for threatening witnesses and tainting the jury pool. Monetary fines will not stop him. This may be the time to do it. I like I say, I get like what people, like everybody's like theories that, but this is caving to the bullies and the terrorists, Rude. If you go, you can't do that because then it's going to incite his crazies are already incited. That's what January 6th was about, right?
Yeah. I mean, there was something I wrote about yesterday on my blog, rudepundit.blogspot.com.
What?
And that taking the Fetterman clothing thing, and not just saying that it's a distraction, but people have been saying, well, we're not doing things the way we used to do them. We used to have a kind of respect. We used to, and I'm like, and it used to be that if a former president threatened the life of the soon-to-be former chief of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, chair of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, that would be an endless news thing. You know?
And you know what else we didn't used to do?
That the front runner for the Republican nomination for president said that not to bring out a vet that lost his legs fighting for the country because he can't stand to see them, that would be the end of that person's career.
And speaking of,
we just sit there and go, oh no, that's just Trump.
Yeah, right. Speaking of decorum and decency, you know what else we didn't used to do? Mock stroke survivors or people that are brave enough to say they're struggling with depression and getting help for it, like they've done with Fetterman. I'd be like you about my hoodie. It's a miracle I'm alive. I mean,
I know.
Anyway,
and then we have people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who on her official account is calling the president an old fart.
Yeah,
I mean, like.
Yeah, she just tweeted whatever. She tweeted whatever, you old fart, about some, tweet about union support or whatever it was, just something presidential.
It was about guns.
Oh, okay, the gun legislation. Yeah,
because
Yeah.
But you'll be happy that I called her. I called her that she presents for all evidence like a meth addicted simian of some kind.
You're absolutely right there.
As long as we're throwing decorum to the wind. Yes.
But we're not elected officials. We're not running for anything. We can say whatever we want, and we can tell them to go F themselves, with as many implements as we want. And you know what? There's no reason to cover us.
But you're right. And almost the fight now is against the numbness that you sort of alluded to. That we just like, oh well, okay. He threatened to execute someone else. I mean, didn't he threaten to execute everyone on NBC also? Did I miss that, Jody?
No,
from
Comcast? He said that it's treason. He said what they do is treason.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paul Gozar also threatened to.
Yes, I know.
I
just read that one. Right. He raged at NBC and MSNBC, pledging to have them investigated for country-threatening treason. So that was in addition to presumably executing General Milley.
He also accused MSNBC of using the public airwaves, which MSNBC doesn't because they're on cable.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just, I mean, are we just past what we've normalized, that there's no way to come back? You brought up Cassidy Hutchinson. We were talking last week about Trump stopped wearing a mask because of his makeup. Speaking of old times, you said it's the 30th anniversary of the debut of NYPD Blue, and it would be hard to explain to the youngs how crazy thrilled we all were that naked butts were finally going to be shown on network TV, and how everyone talked about the butts. But I guess Dennis Franz was the gateway butt that we had to, because I was.
Oh no, we had good butts before.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
got
we had
to
good butts.
Dennis Franz. Yeah, we had some decent butts before we got to Dennis Franz's butt. But Dennis Franz's butt was really a turning point in network television history.
Yes.
I mean.
Yes, almost as much as the Kel Burnett show.
Before Dennis Franz's ass and after Dennis Franz's ass.
Oh, hi, I'm here with sexy liberal John Fugelsang wearing my Los Angeles sexy liberal shirt. Oh my God, we have an LA show coming up October 21st, but how else could you see it, John?
How else could you see it? I'm so glad you asked. For a limited time, you can see the show live via pay-per-view if you go to sexyliberal.com. All the laughs, you'll miss nothing.
I can stream it from all around the world?
All around the world, in your car, while you're driving. Watch it at home.
Sexyliberal.com, yeah.